Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I guess we just gotta start off where we left off a little bit earlier today, with this very interesting tweet by Esoteric XRP. But before we get into that, I want to know from you guys, what is your favorite crypto? Right? Or what is your largest holding in crypto? Not the amount of XRP or anything like that you have, or amount of Bitcoin, but which crypto do you hold the most of? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've done that, let's get into our video of today. So, a psychic said a partnership announcement is what sets everything off for XRP. Kendra Hill said millions of people will be buying XRP after the Amazon partnership is announced. There's a quiet partnership via Amazon Pay and WorldPay, Ripple partner. So, is it Amazon? Well, I guess to believe in this theory, you already kind of got to believe in a psychic. So, if you really don't have faith in that, this kind of already crumbles, because then it's only the connection from here on forward. And I guess then it really does not make sense to speculate this. However, let's assume that this first thing is like kind of set and this person knew a little bit more, which was not through being a psychic, but just through having some inside info possibly. So we can look at this a little bit more rationally instead of just laughing it off, because personally, the psychic part, I don't know about that one, all right, so a psychic reading on XRP by Lucky Links. Keep your head, psycho prediction for Ripple. A false start for overall fuel. A partnership that transforms, or it's waiting for a second partner or piece to join in. Details: a lot of buzz surrounding it makes promises of a great fortune. 2. Confusion in the middle of it, followed by good news and moderate gain that is surrounded by a lot of emotion. 3. At that point, a great deal of tension comes in for the second partnership that produces a very positive result and very good news. 4. However, the second partner is not what it seems, and in the long run, great confusion and worry. 5. Be careful of greed. Well, what I have to say about this one mostly right now at this point is it's so easy to make a prediction like this one. It is so easy because you can always put it out there, and right now we're in 2020, halfway or even further through September. This prediction was made January of 2018. Just after the big bull run, like 20 days later or so. So the thing with this is, it's now been 2.5 years, and either it has already happened or it's still going to happen. I don't even know. But where do we draw the line? When is this not correct anymore? If I go out and say, yeah, Ripple's going to be getting 666, I know it's a little bit crazy, but 666 partnerships, a lot of people are going to be like, how do you know? How do you know? Why do you say that? What was going on? I'm like, yep, I'm a little bit of a psychic myself. No, I'm not going to be doing things like that because it's obvious you're going to get that. When? I don't know, but I'm not speculating on when. I'm just putting up something that is very obvious. It's like what the Simpsons do, right? With the predicting, with the, what do you guys call it in the comment section very often? With the predictive programming. I think that's what you often call it, where you just go and look for things that are, I guess, likely to occur somewhere in the future, or have a high probability of ever happening, and you just go make something around that, and people will be like, oh, they predicted this, they predicted that. Well, they didn't really predict it. They just looked at what has a high likelihood of occurring at one point or another, which again you might call predicting, but it's sort of a speculative prediction, if you guys get me right there. There's no certainty. You just make so much stuff where you're also thinking about what could, theoretically speaking, happen. If you have both scenarios integrated in there, you're always good as well. And with that one is like, if I were to post right now, all will fall. The sky is not the limit, it's the ground. You know, something like that. Something just kind of generic, but you guys get me. But I also post, the moonshot is really awaiting us all, in 2 different messages. Well, if things fall down, I just highlight the message of everything falling. If everything goes well, I highlight the message of everything going up. That's why I never trust this type of stuff. But let's, I guess, skip that for a little second right now. Why has this been a secret then? Because A partnership years in the making. In a deal which was negotiated in 2015, Amazon holds stake in 5 billion XRP. I don't know about that one. Currently, that XRP is in a locked account until the partnership is made public. Yeah, okay, that's again. I don't really feel that one, being truthful, but it could be, theoretically speaking. But let's see. So to answer your question, it is in the best interest of everyone involved to keep the price as low as possible, allowing major investors to buy in early, while also pushing away investors from the lower class. When the Amazon partnership is announced, the world will be talking about XRP. Millions of people will buy XRP on that day, so this partnership is being saved for a later date. All I can say is it could be, but I don't really buy it at all. And why I'm saying that is because I think partnerships and keeping them a secret is a good thing, and they're definitely doing that. But the whole Amazon part and it all going together with this prediction, I don't really feel. We've speculated about Amazon for years right now, and I just don't know if this one would be the one. Right here, somebody said, more worried by the second partner. My worry all along is forced buyback of XRP, like Bear Bubble mentioned today. You never know. Nobody will take my hard-earned XRP. Yeah. This forced buyback is something that I see a lot of people talk about, mostly because of things like this right here. And this is something I showed you guys earlier in the video. The executive order found, kind of concerning. No, how do you say that? Also talking about the BIS is the easiest way to say it. Often we speculate about them kind of pulling a move like this one, where they either ask for your gold back, in this case here, where they buy your stuff back. I don't know. I think within a digital age like this, it's almost impossible to force a buyback of this scale and something that's this influential with this much of a following. Because as I said before, I'm not going to allow them to buy or get my XRP back. Even if they decide to crash the company, which they would not, if I would not give them my XRP, whatever's going to happen. So how is there going to be a forced buyback? Are they going to freeze my account? Well, so be it then, right? Then if it's going to be a scam like that and they go for something stupid like that, well, okay. I guess the theory more so makes sense if you also believe that Ripple and XRP are going to be there to erase the US debt, which a lot of people have in their minds, that XRP is going to be doing something like that. If you have such a theory, then it could be that the US government or maybe Ripple will just gently ask you to donate some XRP or to let them buy it so they can fill up the gap or things like that. But forced, will be difficult. What could they do? How could they get your XRP back? I don't know. So I might check out a couple of videos later because I want to see how anybody could ever force that. The only thing I can think about is if they just were to void your account, making just your balance like nullified, or get an amendment in that makes it so they have full control. But again, that would make it a centralized currency, taking away a lot of the functionality of the coin. And also, that would mean that these guys who have Ripple validators at this point are real pieces of nothing. They're not worth anything, and then it's still centralized in consensus, which is bad, right? But if that were to happen again, I think if crypto we're invested in is still BS, and I would not want to support it anyway. So I don't think it's something to worry about. But right, let's get into this one right here. 2020 has been a nightmare year for America, and the economic fallout is just getting started. So the fact that the economic fallout is just getting started, I can really follow, right? And the main reason I'm saying that is because, well, I think we've all seen that the crash we witnessed here is not that heavy, right? It's heavy, but it's not as heavy as some have predicted, especially if you start to consider that we've been without a crash for so long. This small little correction was kind of overdue. But that doesn't mean that all has just been kind of regained right now. It doesn't mean that we can now go on for another 10 years or something of gains. Could it happen? Yes. Is it likely to occur? No. And from that point on forward, I'm also like, I want to prepare with stocks and things like that, where I'm not too exposed to anything, so that if everything falls, I'm still fine, if you guys get me. But also another part is that it's been a nightmare year for America and that people have been losing their faith dramatically. And it's not just because of all this economic stuff. It is mostly because of all this CV stuff. I hope you guys know what I mean with CV19. You guys know what I mean with that type of stuff. I just watched a video from Ammo and Camo, and this one was definitely pretty interesting to watch. It's just a video in which all these guys, all these senators and whatever, they all, give a little bit of an update on the current state of affairs. Maybe it's a long time ago, but it's a compilation, and it just is interesting to see that the number 33 has reoccurred so ridiculously many times that some go to speculate that it's all a little bit of a joke, at least that they don't give out numbers correctly, or they make things up or something like that. I don't want to retweet it because I don't want to associate my account with this type of stuff. But again, if you're interested, just type it in here. It is something you got to kind of believe in. If you don't, this is really just not for you. But again, I got into it now because I saw the comment, I think, pop by on my Twitter feed. I don't know how I got here. But again, check it out. Give it a little watch. It's only 2 minutes. And it might blow your mind because I'm not really into this type of stuff, but I was really kind of confused, right? It's so strange to see it. The number 33 comes in there so many times, and always is like, this day we got 33 new cases. Like, man, every day 33? Everywhere, I mean, every state? 33 exactly? That's pretty damn strange, pretty damn off. And that's what I mean with people are losing their faith in the government. Do you guys not understand here how many people have thought about the government faking things, right? I mean, I don't even want to go into detail on the ones that have been going on for 2 decades, but I'm talking about the last ones here, which are the CV and 5G. That's something that people have been talking about for a very, very long while, saying that the government is trying to mess you up. With that, of course, comes economic and I'm going to say social instability or insecurity, where not everybody is happy with the way that things are going right now within their country, but also that they don't trust the leaders, which kind of transforms to not trusting your government, which also means to not trusting fiat, because what fiat really is just paper backed by the government. If you don't trust that one, you don't trust fiat either. With that and all the other uncertainty which comes from the whole, I don't want to say it out loud once more because I don't want to, I don't know how fragile all this stuff is over on YouTube, so I don't want to say things out loud. Hopefully you guys are reading this little part right here. You guys can see all that type of stuff is creating either a diversion a little bit or more uncertainty in there that's taking people away from the massive debt that they're creating, because we're talking trillions upon trillions upon trillions, the most massive it's ever been before. And it's not really looking to go away anytime soon. All right, another part is in the U.S., the way I'm seeing it here, the rich, you're very happy to be there. Or there's a couple other countries in the world where you could be for that perspective. But U.S., amazing. If you're lower class, you're in a little bit of a predicament. It's really not that easy in that sense, because all the rules that they've made over the years, they might be catching up a little bit, but it's not as easy as a lot of countries here in Europe, for example. With that also comes that people, they're like, well, I have so many bills, I just can't arrange this. And if the government was the one that thought of this stuff, it must be a dumb government. You guys get me right there? There's just a lot of people right now, especially during CV, that just don't believe that the current system is right for them. Especially when you don't have enough money is when you start to think about things like that. I'm just pointing these things out because there's a big war going on between the US and China. Look at this one right here. People's Bank of China issuing a CBDC is a new global battlefield. There's a lot of friction right now because of this global CBDC war, because of the Cold War between the US and China in terms of tech and everything, really. And faith in the US government is really what they want right now to be able to, I guess, win a little bit of this warfare a little bit better. Another part is because they all want to be elected president, and they all want this world reserve currency to stay. And all those things add to the uncertainty. All those things add to the debate. All those things add to maybe more power for China and things like that. And yeah, it's just a very, very difficult situation right now. This article, though, People's Bank of China issuing CBDC as a new global battlefield. An article published in China Finance, a magazine run by the People's Bank of China, PBOC, stated that China has to become the first nation to issue its digital yuan to reduce its dependence on the US dollar. According to a report published today, China Finance also sees issuing a digital currency as a new battlefield between nations. The Central Bank magazine said, China has many advantages and opportunities in issuing fiat digital currencies, so it should accelerate the pace to seize the first track. The US, however, has exactly the same thought, and thus it's been confirmed, something we've been talking about for a very long while, that these countries, the US and China, are in another Cold War or another race on who's going to roll out a CBDC first or a full crypto framework first. Yeah, there's no debate about it anymore. There's no speculating in that sense. It is factual. And the only big question right now is which party is going to be winning and which party is going to be first. XRP is nearing a make or break level for its bullish scenario. XRP is following a long-term ascending support line. There is support and resistance at 23 and 32.5 respectively. XRP to BTC trading inside a descending wedge. I'll be talking about the price a little bit later today. All right, I have some stuff open about that. I wanna get into that a little bit further, but let's wait for the next video that's coming out. Index becomes the first Canadian exchange to support XRP's utility fork, Flare. Yeah, well, I don't personally care, but maybe you Canadians do, and you didn't know about it. Well, there you go. Distribution of Flare's Spark token is now supported by Canadian crypto exchange, Flare. Is that also the name? No, it's Index. That's what it's called. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know how the whole situation ended up, by the way. The Crudiga X CX situation. Whatever. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not a Canadian. And Binance Visa cards are now available in Europe. I guess, I mean, being Canadian is not so beneficial for this one. If you're European, I guess this one is kind of good. Binance has launched those cards in Europe now as well, so you can, again, get all your crypto assets on that card and spend. Again, I can't recommend that, even though these videos are not financial advice. I will never recommend people to use a crypto card like Monaco or Crypto.com cards, because I don't think spending crypto is a good idea. Accumulating, amazing. Selling it off, not really my style. But again, all those things are completely up to you, as this stuff is not financial advice. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another episode of the Daily Crypto News.